Hey guys, Jib here, and today I've got a 63-2 gameplay on the map Yemen, and the setup I'm using is a tar with silencer, quick draw, and stock, and the perks I'm using are lightweight, hardline, scavenger, and dexterity. Now, we just had a patch recently added into Black Ops 2. It changed some things around, but it changed some things that I really don't agree with, like the load star. I don't understand why you needed to slow it down and decrease the radius of the missile. I mean, the load star is a higher kill streak to get. Yes, it is powerful, but it takes time and skill to actually get it. I believe they also nerfed the swarm a little bit to where the drones actually come in slower, so that's a little bit more annoying. I don't know if I'll be using those two kill streaks as much. I might just fall back to VSAT, Escort Drone, and Warthog. But the FAL, they tried to nerf, and I don't think they did too good of a job with that. All they did was increase the recoil a little bit and nerf the hipfire spread on it. Well, that's not what it needed. It needed a nerf of the actual fire rate. Select fire on that thing is just way too fast because it'll drop you in, what, 2 to 3 shots? And having it automatic at that rate of fire, you might as well just put on the strongest submachine gun and get point blank and drop somebody. I mean, the FAL is still overpowered even after the nerf. They did make other assault rifles better, though. I believe they made it to where the hipfire spread on all the other assault rifles was more on the same level of the submachine guns, because I guess they noticed that the submachine guns were being used a whole lot more than the assault rifles. Now, I actually enjoy using quite a bit of the assault rifles. This gameplay, specifically with the tar, I actually was leveling this up, going for gold so I could get diamond on all assault rifles. And I actually got this gameplay. If you're going to notice it's a little bit laggy, that's because I actually recorded this out of theater. For once, I was not using my Elgato to record because I've been leveling these up. I'm not going for gameplays. I'm just grinding out, getting the headshots, getting the bloodthirsties, things that I need. And I really don't care if I die a lot just because I'm in there for the grind. I've been doing this for like the past week trying to get everything diamond. But the suggestion I can actually give to you when trying to get diamond assault rifles, because they are the most painful out of all of them. I've done the shotguns already, I've done the snipers, submachine guns, all this, but getting to the assault rifles is a big pain, especially when you get to the SWAT. So I'm going to give you a couple tips for the SWAT specifically, and then I'm going to give you a couple tips for the rest of the weapons. Now, when you get to the SWAT, headshots are going to be your hardest thing to deal with. What I suggest you actually do is put on an extended mag and select fire. I don't care what your third attachment is or if you don't run one at all. But usually what I did to get all my headshots, because this took me like 5 hours just to get like 50 headshots, I used extended mags and put it on automatic and went around basically hip firing on the smaller maps, because Nuketown was rolling all weekend just for the double experience. So I went around trying to get all my headshots, and I found that it was easier when I put on an automatic SWAT with an extended mags and hip fired towards their head. It made things a whole lot easier. I was finding I was getting like 10 to 13 headshots a game once I finally realized that I could do this. Otherwise, if you put on like an automatic SWAT and try to aim down sight, more than likely you won't get a headshot, and if you put on select fire, even then it's kind of difficult to go for the headshots. I've heard that going into hardcore makes things a whole lot easier. I will have to disagree with that. When I go to hardcore, which you're going to have to for a couple of the shotguns, I only usually go there for long shot medals. What I do is I put on ACOG and silencer on my assault rifle, and then I will go into hardcore and try to get the long shots, specifically on, say, Aftermath or Turbine. Usually if it's not that, I was backing out because you have to have a long line of sight to actually get it done. The FAL is very easy to get with long shots on Turbine because it's a one-shot kill across the map. You're basically sniping them, so ACOG will help you out. I found that this was actually the best strategy to use when going for long shot medals, but a couple other weapons you're going to have to resort to going to hardcore for, like I said before, are the shotguns. The S12 and the M1216 are specifically the ones I'm referring to, but also the SVU sniper rifle. You're going to have to get that one-shot kill, and unless you want to stay in core and go for nothing but headshots, which will be a huge pain, I really suggest going into hardcore. I think it only took me a couple games to actually get all the one-shot kills on it. It's not too bad. You put on a silencer and the ballistic CPU, and you basically just snipe across the map. I found that we kept getting carrier, so it helped me out a lot. So, like, the 3 maps that I suggest that you look for in hardcore, specifically to help you out with, say, long shot medals or getting your one-shot kills for, say, the snipers, are Carrier, Aftermath, and Turbine. Those are the 3 I always aim for, and if I didn't get it, like I said, I would back out and try to find them, because when you're going for gold and diamond, you're already putting enough time and effort into getting it. You really don't want to waste any more time than you have to. I'm going to take a rough guess and say that getting diamond stuff is probably going to take about, what, 20 to 24 hours per set. I have already, like I said, gotten everything but machine guns and secondaries type weapons. I'm not even going to touch the assault shield probably because I've used it a couple times doing the whole plant thing and using it as a head glitch, but it seems like I'm spending more time trying to find areas to plant it than I am actually using it the way it should be. So I'm just going to try to stay away from it. I might actually go for a couple of the secondaries. Now that they've buffed the Executioner, it might not be too difficult to actually get diamond secondaries. So I might do that because I actually had a friend try to knock them out. Wolf of Lena, if you're watching, yeah. You actually struggled to go through and get these diamond secondaries, and I know the pain that it is to actually do it, and you had to do it with the Executioner when it was the horrible weapon, and you tried and tried, and I know it's a pain, so I might attempt to go for them later on when I start to get bored with Black Ops 2. The only reason I did it now is just out of sheer whim. I decided to go ahead and knock them out because I know I'd be doing it eventually, and I really want to get back to using the weapons that I enjoy using more along the lines of like the A94, the TAR, the SCAR, the kinds of weapons that I actually enjoy. And I might even resort back to some of the submachine guns. I know that they have nerfed the range on the silencer, I think, by an extra 5% now. I believe they went from like 25% to 30%, something like that. So I don't know if it's really that much an effect they added onto the actual submachine guns when using a silencer. So I might find out. I know that I like using the PDW a little bit. I've been using the Vector quite a bit more than I used to. I've seen a couple videos of it showing off how good the Vector is, and I've tried using the setup that person uses, and I find that it's actually a pretty good submachine gun if you know how to use it right. So I might actually use it a little bit more, especially since I've knocked out everything there is for the submachine guns. Now, two videos you probably missed. The one on the left is my 102-1 gameplay on Raid, and the video on the right is my 77-3 with the M8A1. A link to my Twitter will be down in the description in case you want to follow me or get into open lobbies. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Other than that, peace out.